Americans right now are buying new cars in their droves. Why? Well, you can probably guess why. Tariffs. Cars that have already been imported into the United States before tariffs have been subjected upon new cars being brought into the US will not be subject to those tariffs. It is done on the date of import rather than the date of manufacturing or the date of actual sale. So even though you've got cars that are, in theory, that are going to be, of course, subject to these tariffs, such as those built in Japan or Europe, if they were already in the United States before these tariffs were actually placed upon them, they will still be their original price, which means effectively that new cars right now, for the most part in the US, will actually be cheaper than those that are going to be imported in over the next few months, when of course the tariffs will be in full effect. And this goes as well for even for countries that have made a trade deal with the United States, such as what the United Kingdom has done recently. Obviously the UK and US have come to a trade deal where there will be 10% tariffs placed on actual cars made in the UK and imported into America. That's still 4 times the tariff than what it was before. Before this all came into effect, it was just 2.5%. And a lot of countries are actually subject to, in total, 25% tariff, if not even higher. So why is that actually affecting the car buying habits, and what are we likely to see basically going forwards? Well, for now at least, the car actual boom in terms of people buying them is not showing any signs of slowing down, really, all because of the tariffs that are about to come in. Of course, Japan are trying to get a trade deal with the US, but that's yet to be agreed. Apparently, if they are going to agree something, it's going to be at the earliest from June, so it's not quite in effect yet. But the prices of new cars are apparently actually going up on the whole. Compared to April, just a month prior, the overall price of a new car being sold in the US has actually increased by 2.5% to just over $48,000. And overall sales in April, the last complete month, were the highest since 2021. So new car sales are very much on the rise right now. And this is something that we saw coming. A lot of people wanting to buy their new cars before the price increases actually come in. So even though right now we've got a lot of gains when it comes to that in the economy, overall, in the long term, it may actually be a net loss. But those results are yet to be seen. There's a lot of things that can, of course, change. The likes of Stellantis, the likes of GM, they've all either delayed or just outright said that they're not giving their overall financial forecast for the upcoming financial year because there's just too much variance there. And of course, it's not just the actual imported cars, even cars that are manufactured in the United States, they are subject to tariffs too, if those parts are actually manufactured or imported from overseas. So yeah, overall right now, things are looking good in terms of the overall car sales. The prices that these cars are being sold for is going up, which is going to benefit the car companies. But in the long term, as these tariffs take a hold and take more of an effect on the actual kind of the grid, if you will, the actual surplus, the supply of cars, I should say, that is really what's going to hit hard. That's what is going to be interesting. So when we get to sort of the summertime, I'll be very interested to see how the actual car buying stats are comparing with 12 months ago. I would bet pretty heavily that they are going to be a significant decline, not only because more people have bought them recently than usually would at this time of year, but on top of that as well, you've also got the tariffs which are going to hit and raise the prices even more. So yeah, interesting times for sure. Your thoughts in the comments below on what's going on, and like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more of this on the channel. And let's see, guys, let's see what happens here, because it's an ever developing story with these tariffs. There's always something new every day to report on it, and we'll be here on the channel to actually bring you that news as always. So yeah, have a fantastic day, guys. See you very soon.